Welcome back to the Ascension Series. I'm Dive, and today we are talking about the actual Ascension process, what we're going through right now. I'm going to share with you a slide from the Fully Awaken and Ascend course in regards to numbers and repetitive patterns. But I want to talk to what's happening to us, what the Ascension symptoms are, because fuck, all I want to do is curl up in a blanket. It is heavy. It is the 16th of April. I've been going through it for about 3 months. And I'm so blessed to have amazing people in my life. Like I kind of felt what was happening. I knew what was happening, but I got confirmation today. So we have a really amazing crew of mentors. One of them is Dare, who feels like my child, my adult child, my young adult child. Love, love, love this human so much. And you're going to see some podcasts coming up with them very soon. Really powerful topics, actually. I'm stoked about this. But they have this gift to like tap into your body and kind of scan it. And so they did that for me today. And this is what's happening. So we've got a massive integration happening right now. Not for everyone. There's three big waves that are happening this year. So first wave is right now with a finale in and around June. Second wave is coming in June, and third wave is coming in the fall. And these waves are for multiple reasons. Basically, it's like a wave of energy, and we're meant to use this energy for our full transformation into a higher body, a higher light code body, a higher galactic energy. If you're a star seed, you'll really resonate with this. If you're not, you might not. Um, but we're having this beautiful integration of our higher selves. And it's causing a lot of physical symptoms as well. And then I was given some direction on how to heal parallel timelines and visiting other versions of myself, whether that's in the galactic realm, in lower realms, or parallel realms. I mean, it goes in multiple directions, but all the versions of me. So every night for about 3 months now, I'm off. I'm traveling and having these wild experiences with other versions of me. And we're making some strong decisions together, is how I'm going to put it. I'll save that for a private group. But, anyways, then what happens is the skill set, the knowing, and the wisdom is integrated into my now body. And that's texting on the texting. I'm not even sure if that's the right word, but deal with my dyslexia. Here we go. So the integration is happening and it's causing a lot of physical symptoms. And so for those of you that are doing a lot of like travel in your sleep, having a lot of crazy dreams in your meditation, being like, what? Like, how am I all of these things? I wanted to talk to that because it's exhausting. Like I just want to lie down and sip water. So the physical symptoms are like my stomach actually feels like it's not there. I don't know how to explain it. I just came out of a meditation like about 15 minutes ago, and my body was sort of cut in half and pulled apart, and all of this energy was happening in my core. And then I got stitched back up with this ribbon, and then the ribbon went all the way around. It was kind of gross. And then all of a sudden it just went into metal and reattached itself to me. And I just felt this shift. So my stomach is not handling any food at all, barely handling water, especially if it's like not natural spring water. My body's like, no, thank you. We don't want to do anything. Um, the fatigue that I am experiencing is life altering right now. Like, oh my goodness. Like, I know I'm busy, but like, whew, this is wild that I'm getting weird. We talked about the back pain in the last galactic group when we did the dragon code activation. There's a lot of intense energy moving through our back right now. A lot of us are getting a bigger set of wings or a dragon code activation. It's all of the weird things. I feel weird about bringing that here to this platform, but I think I have to start doing that. So there's a lot of adaptation of all versions of us integrating into the now body for this realm, for the ascension of this realm. So let's go into a few more ascension symptoms. Headaches, my eyes are unbelievably blurry. They go on and off for about 3 months where I'm just like, my glasses aren't even cutting it. So blurry eyes, a little bit of like runny eye. My ears are like rumbling, like my eardrums are rumbling. Um, my brain is in nothing all the time. I'm just like dazed and confused. Um, that's what it feels like, anyways. And then we've got like my skin is shifting. Like I don't know, like my body's transforming, it's looking different, it's feeling different. My weight is fluctuating quite a bit within a week of like holding a lot of energy, then it integrates and then it drops all the weight and then it goes back up and then it goes back down. Um, so there's that. My hair and my nails are so brittle. Like I broke my nail, broke all my nails, and now I have a chipped one. I don't like it. Um, there's just, I don't know how to explain it, but my skin feels weird. Like it doesn't, I don't know, it just feels like I'm forced in it or something like that. So we've got a lot of bizarre things happening. I know I'm not the only one because I'm getting a ton of letters that Bree's filtering through for me. And there's a lot of us feeling this like expansion of energy within us. We're feeling the fatigue, we're feeling the weirdness. I go outside and it's like I'm in a bubble where nothing's around me except for birds and the bunnies and like all of the wildlife that's here on the property. It's just like they all come in and we're just like in this energy together, and telepathy is lifting up and everything looks different for me. When I look at the trees, it's like I'm having a conversation immediately. And I'm like, whether I want to or not, the telepathy is like, bam. I can feel this eeriness in the air as well, which could be a couple of things. I felt this right before COVID happened. I was sitting outside with my daughter and I was like, it's like the air screaming, like I don't understand what's going on. It's eerie. And I'm feeling that again. So I don't think something bad is coming, although I know something massively transformative is coming for our planet. Like we're going to see big changes by the end of this year and moving into 2025, 2026, with our financial structure, with a whole lot of things. And we're going to hear a lot more conversation about galactic energy as well. So, which is awesome. Awesome. But there's, so many naysayers and negativity that's really stirring people up. So everybody's feeling this energy. We're just navigating it differently. Some of us are aware of like, oh, transformation, transmutation, like all of these crazy things are happening. And some of us are just agitated and cranky assholes, seeing a lot of that in public, which is great. And then the kids are kind of like tired. The children are like, just, I can't get comfortable, like that antsy kind of energy. And so are our animals, our pets. So a lot of weirdness. And it's just going to intensify as this wave continues to pour down on us. The reason there's three waves, healing has to happen in waves. Same thing with your internal healing, all healing. It happens in waves. If it all happened at once, we would just succumb to it and just drown in it. So these big waves are coming for our healing. And those that are just unaware are moving through the realization of desire of a better life. The 3D world is like we're getting just done with it, just done with the mundane, done with there's got to be more to life than this, which is beautiful, beautiful awakening happening. But in that transition comes a lot of frustration of how do I create this? I'm frustrated. I'm stuck. Like, I don't like it anymore. So we're just seeing people be a little, ugh, right? And then those that are in 4D are starting to finally, fuck's sakes, drop spirituality. It isn't about spirituality at all. It is about ascension. I used to call myself a spiritual advisor. It's an ascension advisor now. Like that's what we do here. We help you through that ascension, that evolutionary process. And we're sort of gearing towards taking all the fluff out of this. There's so much fluff in spirituality right now that would do well to go down. So the first thing I want to say is there has to be light and dark within everything. There has to be. And dark doesn't necessarily mean bad, and light doesn't necessarily mean good. It's a vibration, and those two vibrations complete everything. So when you sort of move through this process, you will move out of that light and love phase. Sending light and love is, I think it's bullshit. I teach this in Awakening Ascend, and I think it's bullshit because one, we have both. Your ego self is your dark self. That's the dark. And your isness, which most people call soul consciousness, that is your light. Both are required for the human experience. Your ego is not bad. I've harped this a lot. It is not a bad thing. It's responsible for your human personality. It's responsible for desire. It's responsible for your visualization, your daydreaming, your sense of humor, what makes you tick, your personality. It's an incredible tool. It's your human experience. So I don't want you to shun your ego self. I just want you to love and honor it and train it to work with you instead of against you. Your ego will be in survival mode and it will evolve into thriving mode on its as you go through your healing journey and your ascension process. So it's not a negative thing. Um, and I know that a lot of the spiritual community is starting to drop that as well, because that was a big thing for a while. Like, shun the ego. Is that your ego? Like, stop. Just stop. So when we're sending light and love, what we're doing is one, looking through our lens. So we look at someone who we perceive as being challenged or going through a hardship or going through a struggle, or we just actually love them. And we're like, oh, I'm sending you all my light and love. Okay. But we're doing that often. And there's nothing wrong with sending love. I send it all the time. But often, and this is where I want you to sort of self evaluate, we're sending it because we're perceiving their situation that they're going through or the challenges that they're enduring as bad. We have a perception through our lens of, oh, I don't want that for you. However, that's how humanity evolves. We evolve through the contrast. That's what we require at this timeline is the contrast. When we understand what we don't want, we can evolve into our desires. If we don't understand what's not working, how do we discover what is working for us? Right? It's like I'm not a big fan of cooked carrots. I think they're disgusting. But I wouldn't know that if I hadn't tried them. So it's an experience to know, like I know, stupid analogy, but with everything we move through, it is part of how we move through our evolutionary process. Second big piece of this is if I had not walked my path that I had to endure, the pain that I've had to move through, the challenges, the disharmony in my body, extensive disharmony in my body, I wouldn't be able to resonate fully in divine purpose with those who are navigating the path that I've already walked. So we move through these things in order to bring light for others, to light the path for others. But they have to be willing to make that transition or it's not going to stick. Right. It's like that whole you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink scenario. You have to be willing. So the people in our lives have to be willing to self-evaluate. They have to be willing to move out of toxic vulnerability. They have to be willing to look at, why am I moving into toxic vulnerability? Why am I blaming the world and pointing my finger? It's through that process that we get clear on, oh, it's a me thing. And it's always a me thing. Everything through the 12 principles, the universal principles, is a you thing. It's how your energy is navigating with the energy around you. So, this love and light, often what I see is, I don't want that for you. I'm sending love and light towards that. But they have to be willing. So it does dick all basically if you're doing that, right? Like it's not going to change anything until they're willing to make that change. Um, so there's that piece. Then we've got all of the spiritual signs that we get. So numbers 1111. It literally, it's adorable. I was going to say it makes me fucking batshit crazy when I'm sitting with someone like, oh, and I'm like, cool. Did your life change? Like, stop. But it's adorable and it is a phase. I was there for a long time. I was in fourth dimensional consciousness for a long time. I was very terrified of experiencing my power and not knowing what my power would be. And I had this, limiting belief that power was going to be evil. So I didn't want to move into it. So I really held myself into fourth dimensional consciousness and was a little bit afraid to move into fifth. So let's look at the numbers and go through that. And then I'm going to give you a few other lessons. So I'm going to screen share because I'm on Zoom today. Here we go. All right. So this is from the program Fully Awaken and Ascend. And I really wanted to share these with you because we're getting a lot of slaps in the face in regards to where we're at, what we desire, what our isness. So your isness, which most of the spiritual community calls the soul, that's a different story, but the isness that is in you, that's leading the way and that's your compass. That's what's directing you, guiding you towards your highest path. So when we look at these numbers, there's two screens that I'll share with you. This is in the power of 369. These are how these numbers work. Okay. So we've got any flow, whether it's 1111, 111, the number one, all of those things. So 0 is the divine number of transformation. It's a reminder that you are in a transformative state and to stay present in the moment. So whenever you're seeing repetitive zeros, are you being present? 1111 ones is the beginning, something to conceptualize. So this is your reminder that you are the creator of your experience and to stop putting your power outside of yourself. And this is the one where I see everybody put their power outside of themselves. Ironically, like, oh my God, it's 1111. It's angel numbers. No, angels are galactic energy. There is no such thing as like winged creatures. Well, maybe they have wings, yeah, but not the way we've been taught that they are. They are galactic energy, and the archangels are galactic flight or fleets. So 1111 isn't your angel number. This is stop putting your power outside of yourself. Come to the realization that you are being reminded to what are you creating next? What is your vibration? What's in your vortex? What's in your thoughts? What's the story you're telling yourself? Because you're putting that into motion. Twos are balance. Where are you putting your priorities? Are you putting it into fear? Are you looking at your to-do list? Are you stressing about the things that you have to get done or the things that are about to be done or the fear of the unknown, especially? So 2 is about coming back to, are you balanced with your thoughts? Can we move more into trust? So when you see 1111, I am willing to trust the unfolding is what you want to move into. Threes are look towards healing the past. So in the power of 369, threes really represent what was, 6 is your here and now, 9 is what's coming down the pipeline in the future, what you're creating, what you're pulling into your experience. So, and I'm going to talk about that in just a second, like how we're not moving through time, time is moving through us. So threes are have a look at your limiting belief structure. This is about healing inner child, healing the emotional body, healing your fears. Fours, what are you pulling into your reality? What is it? This is a reminder to come into acceptance of all avenues of your life, of the people in your life, the places and the things. I trust the process. I trust that this is unfolding. When you see repetitive fours, it's like, if you don't get your mind straight, you're going to bring in a whole lot of confusion. So clarity, moving into the principle of relativity. It is what it is right now. And I do not have to place my judgment towards it, and moving back into that trust. When we go into fives, the statement I am is the vibration of creation. What are you putting on the end of your I am statements? Are you saying, I am exhausted? I am tired. I am unwell. I am feeling ascension symptoms. I am too broke to do that. I'm stressed out. I'm overwhelmed. We're going to turn it into positive and present. So when my body is experiencing the level of exhaustion that it's experiencing right now, which is, I am so excited about resting tonight. Like, you have no idea. It's a totally different vibration. Or I am experiencing exhaustion, not I am exhausted. But again, even I am experiencing is going to like linger out that energy that you're having. So instead of, you want to be, I am adjusting, I am calibrating, I am ascending. This is really exciting for me. 6 is about being present. Huge, huge mantra I use all the time. Nothing needs to be forced. Nothing needs to be rushed. So come back into the moment, come here and now. If you're having a really hard time being present, start to just narrate what you're doing. Like, oh, I'm picking up a pink pen. Oh, I'm writing notes. Oh, and that'll help you just shut down the ego fear piece and come back into here and now. Sevens are your emotions directing you. This is your body speaking to you. This is telling you what's coming in the physical. So when you see a lot of sevens, it's a self check of, what is my body experiencing? What emotions are hiding or surfacing? Do they want to be healed? Do they want to offer me something? When I see sevens, I will scan my body and look for discomfort in my body. And then I'll analyze, like, so if it's my knees, for example, I'll be like, oh, that's a fear of moving forward. Then I know what fear to work on. Eights are the infinite creation and flow. This is reminding you to allow the flow to move through you. This is slowing down. This is breathing. This is allowing. I don't use the word surrender. This is an old slide. I use the word allow now. So allowing my perception, becoming devoted to the perception of my desire, creating that vision and putting it into motion when I see eights. And 9 is, you're leveling up, babes. It's the end of an old, it's your future, what you've been creating or putting into motion, arriving with you. So it's on its way. It's your sign of like, it's coming, like, hold on, it's good. So I want you to get really excited when you see nines. So I felt it was really important to share that, just because we've got a lot of confusion on like angel numbers. And I know a lot of you are moving out of the woo woo spiritual and into the actual truth. And the truth is the science behind our evolutionary process, and not evolution as in Darwinism. I don't believe we were monkeys or fish that turned into monkeys that turned into humans at all. I just feel, well, yeah, we'll talk about that another day as well. But it's not that process. It's an evolutionary process of our species. And in that evolutionary process, it is the evolution of moving from survival mode to thriving mode. That is what your awakening is. That is what the ascension process is. So let's talk about time really quick. In the power of 369, it's the infinity symbol. So I'm actually just going to look at this and see if I have one on here and give you a really quick demonstration of this. All right, here we go. All right, in the power 369. So Nikola Tesla had this map that was downloaded. I studied quantum mechanics, quantum physics for a very 15, 16 years, a long time. And I also am a medium. I did work with Nikola Tesla. I channeled it. Yep, take it for what it is, whatever. And I've been working on these theories and debunking the power of 369 for a really long time, which is this map. Okay. So this comes from that. I'm not going to get into it because it's going to take too long. But again, this is all from the program Fully Awaken and Ascend. So the infinity symbol is the power of 369 in motion, to put it really simple. And this is what you do with it. You are the center point. You are the six in that junction point. So time is the infinite, our perception of time is the infinity symbol. So three, it goes up. Three is what was, and it comes into your here and now. That vibration just continues to flow into the nine and pulls in what will be here and now. So what was, what will be is always moving through your present moment. So your perception of what was, the three, your perception of yourself, your self-worth, what love is, what power is, what money is, what sex is, what intimacy is, what a man's role, woman's role, their role, your perception of the world around you, your perception of work hard to play hard, like all the stories, all of the things that you have instilled in your foundation of your subconscious beliefs. That is what was. When we rewrite the subconscious and we heal the subconscious, we heal those beliefs that are lower vibration, it elevates us up. So then the three turns into a higher vibration, pulling in a higher vibration. And it's infinite, it's endless motion. And at any given moment, you can change one belief and have your whole fucking world change. It is on you though. You're the one that has to move through understanding yourself. I know how fucking hard that is. Like, if you've been listening to the podcast that I've been doing with the team, so I've been sharing quite a bit of my story with Jacqueline and Karen and Bex on Talking Shift on YouTube, where you're getting little bits and pieces of the bullshit that I walked through. And I'm not saying my life is any harder than anybody else's, but it could be a movie for a reason. But anyway, and so when we heal one thing that has not been serving us in that perception of what was, your immediate reality changes. And so does the way everybody in your life responds to you. So instead of love and light, I want you to understand this. The sun does not know it exists until it is reflected off of something. Same with you. When you lift your vibration, you won't even know until you see it reflected all around you. And that reflection will be your energy, your vibration. You have an electromagnetic field. You have a huge bubble around you that your energy is moving through, that is your vibration. So when you heal your fucking self, your bubble and the bubble of everything that is around you, the things you think about, the things you talk about, the people you connect with, your workplace, traffic, everything is merging with your bubble. The two electromagnetic fields are infusing. So you're, in fact, by doing the damn work, not being love and light and fluffy and meditating and chanting and singing, bowling, and all of the things. Those are all incredible, beautiful things. Do them, but that is not what's going to change the game. When you heal your subconscious, when you become aware of what's not serving you and choose what you desire it to be, because it's on you, you have free will, and free will in quantum physics is free thought. Thought is what puts things into creation. So when you heal your subconscious and you choose your thought, you choose the story, you choose the perception, your electromagnetic field becomes the best damn thing anybody could ever be witness to. And you heal everything around you from the outside in, and that will trigger them into self awareness, maybe in a beautiful way, maybe not. Doesn't matter. That's their journey. They have to be willing. So it goes right back to people who are willing will do the work. People who are unwilling will not. And if you're not capable, it doesn't fucking matter, because if you're willing, you'll become capable. So there's that. It's a wild fucking ride right now. I really wanted to share that. I know we're having a huge lift in how many people are purchasing Fully Awaken and Ascend. With that program, you do get a free 30-minute session with one of our elite mentors who help you heal your subconscious. The program's called Divine Alignment. So we had offered a whole bunch of them free in April in the newsletter. They all got booked up. But you do get a free one when you purchase Fully Awaken and Ascend as of the 16th. So as of April 16th. So when you invest into yourself with that program, you will get that, and you can work on the top limiting belief and get some homework and some structure on how to really move through this. But it's like, I really wanted to bring this piece forward because I'm seeing so many people taking this program right now. Like my phone's going, I get little notifications when someone's moving through the stages, and my phone's like, blah, 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 blah. I'm just like, holy fuck, this is amazing. And that it's, I don't know, it's such an honor for me to all of my life's work up to date when I recorded it to be put into one program. Now, there's obviously been a lot since, and I'm considering doing it as a retreat, but incorporating level 4 and level 5 over like 3 or 4 days, hopefully in June, but I'm not quite sure if my schedule is going to allow that yet. But I'll keep you posted on that. But for now, I want you to just take what we've just talked about here, what we've talked about. I feel like I'm talking to you, even though I'm only looking at my damn self, but you know what I mean? Because I kind of feel who's going to end up watching it. So it's like I know you already. So I wanted to share that piece with you so that you can start to put that into motion right away. So your biggest takeaway, it's not your role to change anybody's or to put your energy towards anyone. It's your role to become the biggest bonfire in the world. That's your highest vibration, just this big, massive fire. And let people either go, "Ooh, I really like that fire. That's nice. I want more." Or they'll be like, "That's too hot. I'm just going to step over here," because they're not ready yet. So no judging. Start to look at how energy is moving through you. That is how time is moving through you. Your desires are not in the future. They're not anywhere else. They're in motion, moving into your here and now through the power of 369. So just let it happen. It's all good. You don't have to stress. You don't have to rush. You don't have to force anything. You don't have to try. You don't have to strive. Simply allow. That's all. And the reason I use allow over surrender, surrender is denoting to surrendering your power. So I don't want you to surrender. I want you to allow. All right. That's all. I will see you live on Thursday at 2:30 Eastern time. So that'll be, oh my God, today's Tuesday, 16, 17, 18, the 18th, Thursday, 2 p.m. Or 2:30 p.m. I'll get it right, Eastern time, on YouTube. All right. Love you guys madly. Until I see you again, go look in the mirror and find a million reasons to say, thank you. I love you. Bye.